All guests on ZASLOW Show 2.0 brought to us by the official beer of the program, Johnny Cuba, European roots with a Caribbean soul. Pick up a refreshing German lager in a can. You got to get ready for Game 6 tomorrow night. Panthers and Oilers. Make sure you always drink responsibly. And, of course, don't forget Johnny Cuba's mantra, stay tranquilo. And joining us now, oh, look at you now. He is in Alberta on his way driving from Calgary to Edmonton. I mean, it's like he's on the other side of the planet. The Dan LeBatard Show's Roy Bellamy, Panthers super fan, is here on with us. So, Roy, I appreciate you hanging out with us for a little bit. And it worked out well for me. I had to do ESPN today, so my show's coming out a little bit later than normal, but that's okay because you were in transit. You were on your way back to Edmonton. So was there ever any doubt that you were making the trip again? Because you were there for Game 4. You flew up with the intention of clinching the Stanley Cup, getting good footage. You're back on your way now. So what was it always the plan that if you had to go back, you would?
No. I can tell you that I picked the Panthers in 6. So when the Panthers went up 3-0, I had no choice but to go. But, of course, they ended up losing 2 straight. And the original plan was, hey, we go to Edmonton for Game 6. And now here I am for a second time. So, no, we did not plan on going up to Edmonton twice. But the original plan was to go up there for Game 6. Now here I am again.
Right. There was no real scenario where you thought they may be able to sweep them. But I guess what I'm saying is going into Game 5, you knew then in your head, okay, if we don't clinch here, I got to go back to Edmonton. Like, you knew you were going back.
Oh, yeah. We prepared the trip the day before Game 5. We had to get this out of the way soon because the travel up for Game 4 was a disaster for everybody. I mean, this girl right here, she had her flight diverted like twice. It was bad. And my travel was about 16 hours. So, yeah, we had to prevent that from happening again.
Okay,
so that's why we went to Calgary.
Okay, so what did you learn from the first trip now to this one that you did differently?
Always be prepared, because the first time when we planned this trip for Game 4, everything got booked at 2 a.m. before Game 4, the day before Game 4, or the day before Game 4. So, yeah, always be prepared. That means plan your trip accordingly. Get insurance for the trip. Make sure you get a refundable trip. Make sure everything is set up, and it'll be worry-free. They're on it. That's what we learned at the Game 4.
Okay, so tell me what the travel was today. How many flights, how many connections, and you're obviously driving now from Calgary to Edmonton. Go ahead.
Yeah, this time it was one connection. We flew up to O'Hare over in Chicago, and now landed down in Calgary. We rented a car. And now we are driving. We just went through Red Deer. We just passed Red Deer. And now
Randy Moeller's hometown. Was there a billboard? Right. Randy Moeller lives here?
Nope, there was no billboard that said Randy Moeller lives here, but there were plenty of Red Deer exits. So, yeah, it was nice. It's a beautiful, beautiful farmland, a lot of prairie. It's grass as far as the eye can see. It's a really, really beautiful trip right now.
How long is the drive from Calgary to Edmonton?
Just about 3 hours. Just a little bit under 3 hours, actually, yeah.
So when you get there, the amount of travel time from the airport down south to Edmonton will have been what?
Let's see. It was a 8-hour flight, I think. 8-hour flight, yeah. And a 3-hour drive, about 11 hours.
Okay, much better than the first time then, right?
Much better. Yes, sir.
Okay. All right. Now, let's talk about the game. So you were flying. Are you aware now, Paul Maurice, he's made a couple of changes for tomorrow night. Are you aware of the changes?
I am aware of the Nick Cousins insert. Yes, there's a second change, though, that I may not have gotten. What was that change?
Yeah, Oliver Ekman-Larsson is now the point man on the first power play unit. He's going to be there instead of Montour. So those are the two big changes. What do you make, though, of Cousins being in the lineup? I think what the heck, you may as well give him an opportunity. I feel a little bit sad for Kyle Oposo. I kind of wanted him to be on the ice if they could win, you know?
Yeah, but there's a lot more chemistry between Nick Cousins and Ryan Lomberg, so I can understand that move. As far as OEL on the power play line, Would you say that's a reward because he's been playing actually pretty well lately?
He's been great. He's been fantastic the last 2 games especially. And look, before he got to the Panthers, he was, for most of his career, he's been a scoring defenseman, all right? And he manned that top power play unit while Montour missed the first month of the season. So there's that. But also, let's be fair here. Montour probably couldn't sleep the last couple of nights thinking that he cost the Panthers Game 5.
Oh, yeah. Unfortunately, that seems like almost a punishment after that turnover they had. That led to the Connor Brown goal. Shorthanded. Yeah, boy, I feel bad for him now that I'm thinking about it. To be demoted like that, that's tough. That's real tough.
But at least, again, it's not he's demoted from the special teams. It's not like he's losing the rest of his ice time. So it's not that big of a deal. Give me your general mood right now, and especially your mood compared to after Game 5. Has it changed?
Well, I'm not nervous about this game. I've been a bit annoyed, a bit pissed about having to go back to Edmonton. It's not that Edmonton's a bad town or anything. It's just that, this series should have been over 2 games ago. But, what are you going to do? The parade should have been done already. Like, we would have been on the float. We would have been celebrating with the boys. We would have been interviewing everybody on the float already. But nope, that hasn't happened yet. So now we're back in Edmonton. So that's why I'm annoyed. But yeah, I'm not nervous at all. I'm still as confident as ever with the Panthers actually winning. And now my prediction would be fulfilled over here if they win tonight. So yeah, I'm feeling pretty good outside of, riding in this car for 3 hours with this woman over here. But outside of that, I'm feeling pretty good right now.
I feel really good as well. But admittedly, if the Panthers didn't get back to playing Panther hockey in the third period of Game 5, I would feel a little bit different right now because, when the second period ended and I walked downstairs to start watching the third period with my boys, the first thing out of my mouth, I came into the ZASLOW Mansion Sirius room and I said to my sons, I go, we are fucked. We are in such big trouble. But then the third period came and it was, okay, I think we're back on track. So I feel different than I would have. Do you feel that way?
Yeah, I mean, they got back on track, and it's like what Alexander Barkov said, this is all learning. They've learned from the mistakes. They definitely learned from what happened in Game 4. And now that we're back to playing what they should be playing, get back to that forecheck, I think that we'll see in the first period. We'll see what happens in the first period. I'm not worried about them allowing the first goal because they've allowed the first goal plenty of times and still won. So I'm not worried about that. I'm worried about consistency. I'm worried about seeing what they do special teams wise. I'm worried about their discipline. That's the only thing that I'm worried about right now. And my confidence is still as high as ever.
What do you make of Bobrovsky? Are you a little down on him over the last couple of games, or are you still confident in him?
I'm still confident in him. I was worried about him actually seeing the puck. It seems like he hasn't had a good eye on the puck. Certainly not in Game 4. But I think if the Panthers can actually make space for him to actually see what's going on, he's going to be all right.
So where do they have you set up for Game 5? Are you in an auxiliary press box all the way? Like are you peering through the roof of Rogers Center?
Yes, the auxiliary press box. There's an area, I would say 4 sections back at Emirates Bank Arena, 4 sections away from press box where there's like a special area, it's kind of like that over at Rogers Place. It's kind of like was almost like a type thing. Around the back end of the arena, so it's good. It's good seating. I think the curtain that you drop down from the upper deck to hide that is right there. It kind of blocks the way a little bit, and then you got the jumbotron. But outside of that, pretty good seats. I got my binoculars ready, and we're good to go.
Now, will you? If the Panthers win tomorrow night, obviously, I mean, you're supposed to be a member of the press. Are you gonna be cheering? Come on, right?
No, we are going straight down to the ice. That's what's going to happen. We are going to interview the players as soon as this game is over. We're going to get on the ice and we're going to try to interview the players. So, yep, we are ready to go.
All right. It's tomorrow the night.
Tomorrow's the night.
Tomorrow the night?
Tomorrow's the night. Tomorrow's the night. Tomorrow's definitely the night. Yes, tomorrow's the night.
I need it to be the night, Roy. It's consuming my life. It's all I think about. I need it to end tomorrow night.
Yes, I fully agree. We cannot come back to Sunrise without the Stanley Cup. That can't happen. They need to win this thing tomorrow night.
Roy, excellent job. Have a safe trip there. I think it's going to be a successful trip. Continue the great work. Appreciate you hanging out with us here.
Zaslow, it's always great talking to you, brother.
Thank you, pal. Appreciate it.